Welcome back to another Power Ranking Weekly Hockey Nation live show with your coach, Coach Frenchy. So this is the last one of the year for the Power Ranking. It was a great year. This is almost the end of the NHL, also the calendar. So we have to go one more time. We're going to dive in right away. We're going to show you who is a number one at the end of this video, so don't go nowhere. Let's go right away. First of all, the New Jersey Devils finished 31 on the Power Ranking Weekly, 2-2-0. This is a team right now on the rebuild. Nico Urshauer did not start the season. They struggled. They trade finally at the trade line. Their captain, Travis Zajac, and also, not the captain, but Zajac and also Palmieri to the New York Islanders. They are rebuilding with Jack Hughes. Great year for Ty Smith as a rookie for defenseman. It's a team they have to be there for a couple of years at the bottom, but they're going to find a way to get upper and better with the new players for sure. Number 30, Anaheim Ducks, 1-1-2 for me last week for them. It's all about Ryan Miller, retired as a goaltender, professional in NHL after 18 years. You know what Ryan did with the Team USA in 2010. Great year with the Vancouver Canucks and also with the Buffalo Sabres. So congratulations to Ryan Miller and for your 18 years with NHL. I'm sorry about that. Number 29, the Buffalo Sabres, 2-2-0. It's the team they never get or find a way to become who they are now. I think the coach, Granado, did a great job since he's there. Dallin looked better. I think a lot of drama out there with Jack Hickle. Another one last week with the disconnection with the team and blah, blah, blah. But we have to mention one thing about the Buffalo Sabres. Sam Reinhart have an amazing, great year for them. And I think they get better at the second half of the season, most of the last quarter of the season. So that's happening with them. Talking about drama, Columbus Blue Jackets, and also we heard the departure of John Tortorella is not going to be back as the coach after 6 years with the Columbus Blue Jackets. It's all the drama, Tortorella, Dubois, Laney, and blah, 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 all the way. And a lot of injuries in the trade, Foligno, Savard, injuries to Werenski. It's a bad year for them, to be honest with you. The Los Angeles Kings, 2-0. Is a team rebuild, I'll be honest with you. They have a lot of great prospects, Barfield, Kaliev, Turcotte, Thomas. It's just a good team. It's going to be better and better. Just have to be patient with them. And we have to mention Kopitar and Dawson Brown and Drody have a great year with the King this year. 26, Chicago Blackhawks. First, we have to mention an amazing, great year for Patrick Kane. To be honest with you, without their captain all year long, Jonathan Toews, they have a great start until the half of the season. Then the second half, they struggle a lot. Goaltender, Lincoln and Subban did not do well. But again, we have to mention also Alex DeBrincat, 31 goals so far. Great year for him. Number 25th, another team for me is disappointment. I expect better for them. I don't know who they are. I don't feel any words to describe what kind of identity they are. So, yes, they have 1-1-2 last week. But again, overall, Evander Kane have a great year for them. That's maybe the only one you can say they have a good year for the San Jose Sharks. So they have to find some answer there for sure. Talk about surprise in NHL. I think if they are the one, I think they play better. What my expectation there for me. Bashill have an amazing, great year behind the bench. And remember, they don't have a lot of 20 points in the team. And they find a way to hang in there. I think it's because the goaltender, Jonathan Bernier, have an amazing, great year. And also Thomas Gray is looking great for the last 14 start he did. And overall, the trade from Mentor, I think there will be benefit. That team is going to be better and better. They have a lot of great prospects. The future is bright for them. Disappointment, Philadelphia Flyers. I think for me, it's about Carter Hart. never been the goaltender he was during the playoff. He struggled all year long. He never find a way who he is, and finally he left at the end of the season. It's a disappointment for me for there, and I don't know what's next. And I think Claude Giroux right now, I don't know if he's going to be back. He's maybe retire. I don't know, but we'll see. I think also for them, they never find a place for one Niskanen retired last year. So it'll be interesting. Listen, Vancouver Canucks, they never find the way to who they are because they have a really bad start. Then they lost Peterson for the rest of the year, and COVID-19 hit them. Listen, it's a team right now going to be at the bottom of that ranking if we do another ranking. Unfortunately, not. But they struggled because of injuries and COVID-19. At number 21, they dropped a one spot is the Coyotes, 2-0. Also, the breaking news over there is the Rick Tocchet departure after a mutual agreement between both parties. Decide to leave the team after 4 years. It's a team, it's up and down. I think they thought they're going to make the playoff, but unfortunately they're going to missing a couple of points behind the Blues. But that's what they are. Talk about surprise, like the Detroit, I think the Ottawa Senators are an amazing, great surprise. Listen, they started at 31 at the beginning of the year, and every week they jump one spot, two spot, one spot, two spot. They're hanging there, and we have to give credit to DJ Smith behind the bench, but also great player, Tkachuk, Norris, Pedersen, Shabbat, Zozol, Connor Brown. This team have an amazing, great year, to be honest with you. Disappointment, Calgary Flames, Shane Monahan, never been played the level he was supposed to play. And also, the fire of Josh Ward came back. Darryl Sutter did not fix the team over there. I don't think so. Max Strom played at the level he played with Vancouver. It's disappointment. They're not going to make the playoff. So I think for them, the expectation was better. Myself, too, I put them higher in that division, but it did not happen. Dallas Star, listen, you can talk about many experts or myself said, I'm disappointed did not make the playoff. But I'll be honest with you, we have to recognize they got hurt so many times by injuries all year long. Tyler Seguin did not play all year. Radulov played only 11 games. Rupi Hand struggled all year with injuries, have a great year. But again, Ben Bishop never played any game. It's a team with injuries. So that's what they are. That's the reason they don't make the playoff. The New York Rangers, you talk about drama. You talk about a crazy weeks. First, the story between them and Tom Wilson, Panarin, Buchnevich, everything like that. No suspension. The big statement for the team. And then the next day, the fire of the president and the manager. And then the new manager, the new president. And that's the story of the New York Rangers this week. I'm laughing because I just feel like, geez, it was so crazy over there last week. So now they are number 17 in the power ranking. Number 16, the Montreal Canadien. Listen, don't make an excuse here, but they are exhausted. They are tired. They are dead. They play the most game since March 30 in NHL compared to any other team. You can see by their performance, but finally make the playoff. They clinch the playoff. They're going to be in the playoff 2021. And we'll see they have a lot of injury for the last 3 weeks, 6 regular players. Gallagher should be ready with Price for the beginning of the playoff. Number 15 also clinch a spot in the West Division, the St. Louis Blues, 1-1-2. Team looking better for the last 2 weeks. But again, they're missing a lot. Tarasenko at the beginning of the year, couple injuries at some point. And then, a great year overall for Ryan O'Reilly. They are where they are, to be honest with you. I think overall, Mike Hoffman have a good year over there. But the team can surprise at some point. They've been there. They won the Stanley Cup 3 years ago. And I think they get there. Talk about disappointment. This team fall apart. They win only one game in the last 10 games. They struggle a lot. And I don't know. I cannot recognize the Winnipeg Jet. from in many areas. So we'll see. They only have right now lead by 1 point behind the Montreal Canadien. Can they holding there to finish third? We're going to see that. Nashville Predators, after a disastrous beginning year, halfway of the season, they will not be. They're not going to make the playoff, and then turn around, and then many injuries all year long over there. But they find a way to go through with adversity challenge, and they find they get their spot, clinch the fourth spot in the Central Division, and they're going to make the playoff. Barely, but great way to be ready for, again, the Hurricanes to start the first round playoff. The New York Islanders, for me, disappointment after the hanging all year long at the top of the East Division. Since the departure of the Anders Lee, you can see that team struggle more and more. In the last 2 weeks, the team go down and down, and they go to finish fourth. That surprised me. And they trade for Zajac Palmieri, but they never find their groove to hanging there with the best of the team, of the best of that division, and they're going to be fourth. The Boston Bruins, 2-1-1, a team looking great for the last couple of weeks. Surprised everybody. I'll be honest with you, I thought they were not going to make the playoff or barely make it, and now they are third, possible to finish second. But again, we have to give them credit for Cassidy behind the bench, and also, of course, Bergeron, Marchand, Pasternak. Have a great year for them. And that's what they are. It's a team, year after year, they produce, they are consistency, game in, game out, and they deserve that. Number 10, talk about surprise, the Florida Panthers, OMG. They are going to finish second in the Central Division. They have 2-0 last week, but just an amazing, great story in NHL, to be honest with you, to see the Panthers almost finish first and finish second in the Central Division. Barkov, Huberdeau, Eggblad before the injuries. That team is amazing. Talk about surprise. Talk about amazing year. What about the Minnesota Wild? They're hanging with Colorado Vegas at the top of the West Division. Kaprizov, the Calder Trophy winner, I believe, the Rookie of the Year. And then you have other players inside that team, a great year. Erickson, Egg, and what about Talbot as a goaltender? So, and Kahoinen over there. Just a great story again for them. Washington Capitals, listen, great year overall, but the last 10 days, a lot of drama there. But before that, we need to talk about the pass away of the TJ Oshie dad a couple of days ago. And also he came back and played, have a hat trick. This was an amazing story again in the NHL. But again, this Washington Capitals is up and down. I don't know. The Coldender situation, the Kuznetsov situation, I don't know. Talk about disappointment. What about the Tampa Bay Lightnings? Without Stamkos, Kucherov, Edmund out right now. That team struggled the last 2 weeks. I dropped them at 2 spots. They're going to finish third in the Central Division. How are they going to be ready? How are they going to play for the playoff? They are going to be the same thing they was last year when they won the Stanley Cup, and they have an amazing, great year. We'll see what happens, but it's not looking good for me. Talk about surprise. It's another one over there. Pittsburgh, top 6 in the power ranking at 3-1-0. They're going to finish first on the East Division. And when you have Crosby, I would say to you, everything is possible. And that's what he did with that team. An amazing, great story about Crosby and a great year for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Mike Sullivan did a great job behind the bench. And we know that story, Rutherford left as the manager, quit, and then they find a way to come back and finish strong. Number 5, this Edmonton Oilers finished second on the North Division. It's all about Connor McDavid. He passed the 100 point this year in 53 games. An amazing, great accomplishment, milestone. And also Leon Draisaitl got his 500 point in his career. Now he have over 80 points this year. What we can say about them? They recreate the NHL record books at the same way like Gretzky did, Lemieux did 30 years ago. Number 4, Colorado. And this thing, I'll be honest with you, I could put them first, second, or third. 3-1-0 last week. They are fighting right now to finish first in the West Division. They have two games to go, and we'll see what they're going to do. And also, they are fighting to maybe finish first on the standing overall for the win the President Cup. We'll see what happening with them. The Toronto Maple Leafs finished first in the North Division. Amazing, great year for Austin Matthews. Finally, he's the only one scored 40 goals this year. What about Mitch Marner? What about Morgan Riley? But we cannot forget Jack Campbell relieved Anderson after he got hurt. He started with 11-0 before he got his first loss at the season. Campbell, here's another great surprise in NHL, like Mike Smith for Edmonton. Number 2, 2-1-1. This team, you do sometimes, you jump in the boat, you go on the water, you say, you know what, just let it go. We don't know where we're going, but we know we're going to reach some point this island in front of us. That's what he did. They know they're going to be great. They know they're going to finish at the top of the NHL. That's what happened with our Carolina Hurricanes. So a great story about that. And we have to give credit to Rob Bredamo behind the bench. Great year for the Carolina Hurricanes. They maybe win the President Cup also. But the first one in the NHL power ranking from Coach Frenchy, we have to go back again with the Vegas Golden Knights. Great year. They have played well for the last 3 weeks. They deserve to be number 1. Candy hanging there in front of Colorado Avalanche. We'll see what happening Monday night and also Wednesday night, their game. And they can finish second, and also they can finish first, and also they can win the President Cup, and also they can finish second or third overall. So it'll be very important weeks for them. I don't know when we record that video here, if what happened with Golden Knight, but they deserve to be right now number 1 power ranking. This is the last one of the year for the power ranking for the Hockey Nation Live show. Hopefully you enjoyed all year long this power ranking. Please share, like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also, if you like what we produce, you have more video on our YouTube channel, the Hockey Nation Live show. Thanks again to join us for another time weekly. Look forward to seeing you next time. This is your coach, Coach Frenchy, directly from the booth. And like we do at the end of each video, remember, you have greatness inside of you. Have an amazing, great day, everybody. Bonne journée, mes amis. On se parle plus tard.